Buddy.
Hi, Patrick.
A lot of things to like tonight, of course, but I'd like to start with Armand.
Okay.
Bounce back performance for him, if you want to call it that. If you could comment on that. And also, if you could comment on the battle he had in the fifth with Bryce Harper, 2 on, 3-2 count, and he strikes him out with a curveball.
Yeah, I think overall, I think we've seen better fastball velocity from Herman in a number of his starts. I thought the ball had good movement. I think there was some sink and a little run to the fastball, but maybe not overpowering. He got some quick outs with it. I thought his slider and breaking ball were solid Marquez style. Some big strikeouts with the slider and the curveball. A couple changeups mixed in as well. I like that. Gave up a hit on a changeup, but overall, I thought he was pitching today and not, out stuffing the opponent. Big at bat to Harper for sure. 2 out hit by Herrera on a good pitch. Good pitch again to Segura. Ball down, ground ball up the middle. Then here comes Harper. At that point, I believe it was a 4-0 game in the fifth. Arguably, maybe an MVP year for Harper. I thought that was the at bat of the night, middle of the game, halfway through it, and here comes Harper. A good battle, a really good battle between, 2 really good players, 2 great players, 2 all-stars. And Herman got to the 3-2 slider, and it got underneath the bat. Harper, probably was expecting it. I know that with hitters, with Herman's stuff, you got to either look hard fastball or hard slider. Out of the hand, Herman's best slider looks like a fastball because it comes out of the same tunnel, the same arm slot, and then it just disappears under the left-handed swing. So that was the key moment for Herman, for us. We felt it in the dugout. They had a little 2-up momentum, but that was a huge at bat.
Herman, he's pitched a lot of innings over the last 3 years or so, 4 years.
Right.
And you're always going to have lulls. He had,
sure,
a little mechanical difficulty early. Last 5 starts coming into tonight, he wasn't Herman-like. But what does it say about his growth as a big league pitcher that he can go deep into September or mid-September and pitch like this against the Phillies who are fighting for a playoff spot?
Well, I think you said it. I mean, you said it wasn't Herman-like, but yet he put up 6 zeros on the road against a contending team. So
I meant he wasn't Herman-like the previous 5 weeks.
I see. Oh, yeah, I see. Okay, gotcha. But yeah, I mean, there's, in a long season, 33, 34 starts, 30, 33, 34 aren't going to be outstanding. There's going to be, some ebbs and flow to those. There's going to be some rocky ones. There's going to be some outstanding ones. The trick is over those starts, the majority of them, you'd like to have them great and outstanding and keeping your team in the game. There's been a couple stinkers, no doubt. So it says a lot about his durability, his stamina, what he does between starts, our strength and conditioning guys, our training staff, how he takes care of himself, his priorities as a starting pitcher. I think those are the things that maturity has benefited Herman and what this all means. And you've heard me say this before, the responsibility of that position, starting pitcher. It's the most critical, for me, the most critical player on the team every night. His performance, more often than not, dictates whether we win or lose. And he put up 6 zeros on the road against a good team.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, let's go to Danielle.
Yeah, buddy, were you close there at the end to taking Ben Bowden out?
Yeah, that was going to be his last hitter, Danielle. Yancey was going to face McCutcheon.
And was everything, he kind of looks like he did like an good stuff.
He's fine.
And you've talked a lot about Diaz lately, but what's it been like kind of watching him?
About who?
Diaz.
Oh, Diaz. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. kind of make the switch halfway through the season and becoming, you know, a reliable offensive hitter here?
Well, he got off to a rough start, and a lot of players, Elias included, once he dug himself a hole, he dug himself a little deeper by trying to hit his way out of it, trying too hard, trying to go 4 for 3 every night instead of maybe 1 for 4. Just put a lot of pressure on himself. He and Dom both. Dom got off to a little better start, but Ellie put a lot of pressure on himself to get hits, and you cannot do that. So he just dug himself a deeper hole, and then he turned the corner. We always felt as though the talent was in there, and his ability to hit and hit with power, is part of his skill set. And then finally, a game here or there, a couple knocks, and then a home run, and then another couple hits, and then a homer. And then you could see the at-bats start to change. More selectivity, more walks, still aggressive, but yet I think the at-bats were under control. And then you saw him really take off. So it was just a matter of time. It's a long season. It truly is. And fortunately, he dug himself out of that hole. We were always going to stay with him because we believe in the player, and he's had a really good second half. And even, in June, it started turning the corner for him.
Thank you.
Let's go to Tracy Ringlesby.
On Diaz, were there times with a guy that's never really been known for his offense and has always been a backup guy? What do you do what happens to start to instill the confidence in him that he's capable of being more?
I think just the everyday conversation, the constant, teaching, coaching, engaging, encouraging, letting him know that we're behind him and it's going to turn. Just the everyday baseball conversations and the coaching conversations, but and trying to help him get out of his funk. Basically trying to help him get out of his own way, which is, trying too hard to get hits. All the things we talked about, try not to expand the zone, take your walks if they're given to you, lay off the breaking ball down and away, lay off the high fastball the best you can. I mean, all the baseball conversations were happening all the time. And then, eventually with a couple hits, you could see it slowly starting to turn for him in June.
Not that he's where Diaz is now, but are you starting to see that a little bit in our big outfielder?
Well, he's made a couple mechanical changes, within the last couple of weeks, and that's hard to do in season, right? If you noticed, look at where his hands were, during his setup 2 weeks ago, and then now look where his hands are, when the pitcher's getting ready to deliver the ball. I mean, there's been a little change in his hands to get him a more quicker direct path to the ball, and trying to shorten a longer swing that, Sam has really had the last couple of years. And, he understands what he needs to do, and he's trying to make that adjustment, against 95-mile-an-hour fastballs, big league changeups, big league breaking balls. And it's paying off, here, recently, and hopefully, that will continue. He's going to play winter ball, which I think is great, Tracy. I mean, this is, a throwback winter ball type commitment from Sam to get more at bats and more playing time. So he's got the raw ability. We all see that the 5 tools are there. Now we just got to make more consistent contact and get the ball in play and let his strength, help his game.
Where's he going for winter ball? Do you know?